Chris, front row to your right. Doc used a phrase, I think it was, that you willed this team tonight. You've been playing huge minutes for quite some time. Where do you find the energy? What do you tell yourself before the game to be able to dig deep to find those minutes?
I mean, I ain't played that. I played 37, something like that. It's how you play them. I think for me, you know, Doc talked about having multiple ball handlers out there. I think with Jamal out there, with Ray out there, Austin was huge, and just moving the ball, I think that helped a lot. Oh, you don't dribble. You better not dribble.
That's why I had 7 turnovers. I dribbled too much.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. I was going for the triple-double.
Chris, what, if anything, do you guys do differently to sort of slow down Joe Ingles and Rodney Hood, who have hit some big shots, and how different is it defensively when they're not hitting from outside?
We just try to make it tough on them. Joe, who we know well because he was on our team at one point, we just try not to let him get comfortable. Joe's been doing a great job in the series of making plays for other people. Rodney Hood also, so we just try to be a little bit more aggressive on defense and make everything tougher for him.
DeAndre, you played the whole second half without sitting.
Did he?
If I'm correct. I just see him sit. How hard is it to have that energy and to sustain that for an entire half? And how do you feel you were able to handle what Utah sent to you in the post?
I think in the playoffs, you know what I mean, your energy level is just up, so you don't think about how many minutes you're playing. You just think about each possession and how important it is for our team. And, you know, I'm just really just taking whatever they give me. I'm trying to set great screens for my teammates to get these guys open and get them into their, you know, their sweet spots. But we have such an unselfish team, and guys want to see other guys succeed. And whenever Chris and JJ, Austin, Ray, they don't have their shot, then they're looking to make a right basketball play for somebody else.
Hey, Chris, what does it mean to you guys to be able to force a Game 7 and take the series home after knowing that, you know, coming into this game, your season potentially could have ended. You could have gone into the summer with all the questions, obviously, that invites, to know that you're going home with a chance to move on.
This is what we talked about, you know, before the game. You know, Doc said go out there and give yourselves a chance. We knew that we couldn't win both games tonight, and we wanted to give ourselves a chance. I looked over at Truth during one of them timeouts, Paul, and I said, not ending your career in Utah. You know what I mean? We told him that. We just said, you know, we want to keep this thing going for him. And Paul was big tonight. You know what I mean? Like the 3 hit over there on the wing and stuff like that. Just his energy and his voice in those different timeouts and stuff like that. I think it was huge for us.
Chris, everybody wants to up their game in situations like this, in big situations like this. How do you approach it personally, and how are you able to kind of, you know, take it to another level when the stakes are higher?
I think we do it together. I came to big fella right there in one of them timeouts, right there in the fourth, didn't I? And I was like, let's find a way. Let's find a way. And we've been in these situations time and time again. I mean, some of us since we was kids playing AAU, you know what I mean? You've just been in that situation, high school basketball, college basketball, and it's the same game. It's just a lot more people at the games. You know what I mean? And you just go out there and you try to stay in the moment.
Yeah, Chris, sort of playing off what he asked. You don't, and we've seen this for years from you. You seem oblivious to the pressure. Is that, I mean, do you feel any of that desperation out there that everyone else seems to sense? You don't seem to feel or sense any of that.
Well, I mean, I had 2 terrible turnovers right there, but DJ just kept telling me, it's over, be cool, it's over, be cool. But yeah, in them situations, you just, like I said, you've been in those situations time and time again. That's what we practice for. That's what you in the gym for during the summer when you're working out and you're training, and the guys are counting on you and leaning on you, and you make it, you miss it, but you give yourself a chance.
Chris, to be able to win this tough game in Jazz home court, how much does tonight's win help you guys to build the momentum as you're going back to LA?
I mean, it helps us, but you know, we got to handle our business. It's no secret. I'm sure they confident going there because they beat us twice, right? They beat us twice there at home. But you know, Game 7, we were desperate tonight. Game 7, both of us are going to be desperate, and it's going to be about who wants it more.
DJ, you know, you've been in these with Chris for a lot of years now. Do you feel like this is just par for the course for him, what he's done, or is he doing something special in this series, something beyond?
I think that whenever we've asked Chris to step up and, you know, take over the basketball game, he's been able to do that. And he's so unselfish. He wants to get other guys going, but sometimes we need him to get going. And he's been able to do that and find a median in this series and just take advantage of whatever they're giving him, and then still be able to get other guys involved and keep everybody engaged. So he, as one of our leaders of this team, he's done a great job of that all season and even more in the playoffs.
Appreciate that. Oh, you're 100.